Most people produce more waste than they realize. According to a 2020 article by Abigail Beale, 92 million tons of textile waste is created each year, and the equivalent to a rubbish truck full of clothes ends up on a landfill site every second. In fact, the fashion industry emits more carbon than international flights and maritime shipping combined. Africa is not immune as a contributor to the latter figures, and the role remains for us as fashion designers to play a part in slowing down climate change and global warming as we play a part in mapping a better future for our environment and the globe. The fashion industry contributes 10% of all humanity's carbon emissions, and this is a problem. A problem that we, as creatives in the industry, need to take note of and educate ourselves and others so that we can become more sustainable and contribute positively to our continent. The goal is to find sustainable ways of contributing towards a better future for our environment. This helps not only mankind, but also all the creatures coexisting within the same space, and helps Mother Nature to carry on being reproductive for future generations. As designers operating in the city of Harare, Zimbabwe, we've come together to play our part in sustaining not only our environment, but our businesses, as well as the livelihoods of the people we work hand in hand with. This is done through recycling waste materials in our studios, handing down skills, and coming up with innovative methods that reduce the amount of waste we put out. This story will take you on a journey of two Zimbabwean female designers coming together to explore new ways of using their waste to create art. It is the story of our hands, supporting one another and pushing one another to create art that is unique and speaks to the authenticity of each woman. Using age-old techniques like the duri and mochi, pestle and mortar, to pound the waste matter to a pulp, similar to how two young girls in ancient African times would concurrently use the same tools and techniques to create a plethora of foods, including pounding mealie grains into mealie meal.
We are in my paper workshop. They make African paper, handmade African paper from waste material. And I couldn't think, I thought of a better place or a better person to help us with the collaboration that we're doing for fashionopenstudio with Rungano. So we came together and we have given Walter our waste material from our production studios, which are Hessian fabric, offcuts and leather, and he's created a fabulous textile which we're going to be using to create the products that we're doing for our collab.
So the project that we are working on is a project based on sustainability. So we're using our waste material, which Chido said before, it's out of leather and Hessian, and the project is called the Craft of Palpable Arts. So just as we've worked together, Patch Maoko and Rungano Rwedu, we actually kind of figured out naturally starts to talk about the story of our hands.
Takatenga kushanda mumapepa ndofunga ndiri mwana mudiki about 21 years ndiri kumapepa. Ndotoda kutodzidzisa kana vana vadiki kuti vaite basa iri, kunokuti ndizvo zvino upenyu nokuti basa remaoko. Saka basa iri ndinorida nokuti rakandisumudza kusvika pari zvino.
Okay, kubva pandakaregera kusona ndofunga papane about 30 years. Pandakaregera kusona ndichizotanga kusona narume. Ndinazvo ndaimbofungidzira kuti zvese zvinoraswa zvinoshanda zvakare. Ndakatozvidzidzirawo pano. Ndingangoda kukurudzira kune vasikana vasina kupedza chikoro kuti musarase tarisiro kuti zvandisina kuenda mberi nechikoro ngendirohwa kwete. Basa remaoko rinobatsira. Iko zvino zviri kuendesa ndine vana 4 ndakafambisa vana vangu kuchikoro 3 vari kusekendary kuboarding ne1 ari kuprimary through nebasa rarumbi. Saka ndinoti kune vasikana vese vasina kuenda kuchikoro vakagara, dzidzai kuita basa remaoko rinobatsira.
What an absolute pleasure to be here facing the camera at last that is supposed to talk to hopefully thousands of enthusiastic paper makers to be. My name is Walter Ruprecht, or better known as Mr. Mapepa. This is Criswell Simbewa. He's a paper artist who has worked in partnership with Mapepa for over 25 years.
Fashion Open Studio presented itself as a great mentoring and learning opportunity for me as a handbag designer, running a sustainable social enterprise in the capital city of Zimbabwe, Harare. Patch Maokwe Zimbabwe has been operating since 2015, and over the last few years, we have consistently worked on ways to improve on sustainable production methods, while celebrating the legacy handed down by our ancestors of material culture through our handbag designs. My name is Chidoka Seke, Creative Director at Patch Maokwe Zimbabwe. I have always believed in collaboration as a celebration of unique and different minds coming together to create something special. Rumbidzai Matemachani of Rungano Rwedu, whom I have been blessed to work with on the series for Fashion Open Studio, The Craft of Palpable Art, has been a great teacher, partner, teammate, but now more than anything, a sister. The beauty we have both discovered in working with our hands not only shows itself in its therapeutic state, but also comes with the joy of freely expressing yourself through the art your hands create. This has been an outlet for many artists in our community and nation, especially with the fluctuating figures of unemployed people. The joy released through freely expressing your talent to pass down a skill to someone who will use it for their livelihood is not only liberating, but it allows for the sustainability of communities and continuation of traditional craft and social well-being.
My name is Rumbidzai Matemachani, and I'm a footwear and accessory designer based in Harare, Zimbabwe. My brand is called Rungano Rwedu, which in English means our story. During this project, the idea of our hands came up in multiple areas, and it spoke to me. This is the story of our hands. This project is one that I couldn't do alone. I needed support and accountability. This drew me to working with Chido. It gave me a reason to wake up and learn something new. It gave me a reason to dig deeper. It seems like our energies synced, and I could see beauty in the support in the ideas we shared. The question was, how do we use our waste? For me personally, I've always thought about waste, and I save everything. I'm an organized hoarder. But I didn't know the impact, nor did I really think I cared. But by doing this, it seems to have opened up so many avenues in my day-to-day and creating new paths and sources of creative income that make sense. It makes me feel good as well. I'm actually happy doing this project with Chido, a woman I did not know at all. I feel safe and confident, and I feel value in the relationship. And not first on a creative level, but an actual intrigue to want to get to know Chido better and build a new relationship based on respect, which I think correlates with this project at hand. Respect for the world in which we live in, respect in learning a new topic with a new person, respect in the lives that we live, and the journey that people's paths cross naturally and love is born. We were faced with an outstanding opportunity to be a part of Fashion Open Studio 2021. In normal times, outside of a pandemic, we would have gone into this project individually. But to be realistic, it seemed daunting because it was not easy times for the both of us individually. And we would like to think that a number of people would agree on how COVID-19 has brought about a number of difficulties in their professional and personal lives. Coming together not only allowed us to hold hands, coming together allowed us to tell our story together, but it helped us share the many trials, joys, tribulations, victories, and roller coasters of ups and downs that this season has presented to us. It has turned out to be such a beautiful experience as we have leaned on each other through the tough times. Represented by the waste material, which would normally have been seen as scrap and rubbish, we were able to create art from this new textile, which we have achieved from the waste from our factories.